What's up, gang? Now we had to come back with the video because this Travis Scott situation is crazy. And ain't no way was gonna wait around for our next podcast to chime in on this. Like, we gotta speak our truth on this because this is crazy. How y'all?
Yeah,
How y'all?
yeah, uh, yeah. Like with this Travis Scott thing, it's just been so crazy because you've been seeing all this stuff on social media about, it's just all different types of reports going on. Then information keeps coming on as the days go on about this happened, that happened, this is happening right now. It's just like it's just so crazy. Like I don't know, I just can't wrap my head around it. So it's just like it's just so crazy. If y'all could like describe this in one word, what would y'all say about this whole situation?
Me personally, disgusting. Like, it's disgusting. For the people really trying to like take up for this man and say that he's not responsible for it, makes it disgusting for me, honestly.
Absolutely. And like Shay, you can attest to this. Like if you know, then you know. Like it's so many avenues that this thing can go into. But like even with Travis Scott apology, like it doesn't even seem like it came from a real place. Like he's not even apologizing for what happened, more so than it's just I'm sorry that lives were lost. Like when y'all looked at the videos on social media and stuff like that, like what was going through y'all's mind? Because like it literally don't make sense.
Very demonic.
Yeah.
Very much so. Very much so.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How do you apologize or say you making an apology video and you can't even look at the camera?
Come on.
Literally.
Like bro look like he just woke up and can't wake up at all.
And that's what's crazy though, because literally he did just wake up like on some time, like
yeah.
So when he's seen the tragic of events that happen in the midst of him out of it, he's like on some time, like, whoa, what really happened last night?
Yeah.
You know how you could be drunk or you could be real stoned out or whatever, and you wake up on some time like, yo, what happened last night? And that's the time he owned. And people really don't realize that this man was out of his body during that concert.
Yeah. Because if you look at, all the videos that's circulating, he can see all this mayhem that's happening in the crowd, but he just keep on performing like, oh, nothing's happening. Like,
no, but not even cut you off. What's crazy, he even stopped and said, what's that?
Yeah.
Then he even pointed at the first dude that passed out. He pointed at him and said something. I can't remember the exact words, so I ain't gonna speak on it, but he said something to him like on some time that you could have really just, whatever the case may be, you could have handled the situation right then and there before more lives was like.
Yeah, exactly. Then you have people like I've defending him saying like, what is he supposed to do and stuff like that. But in a situation like this, for one, bro, this is your event. Astro World or Astro Fest, whatever it's called. This is your event. So you have control over all this logistical stuff as far as security, medical personnel, just all this stuff, bro. And people gonna say that is not your fault, that you have no control, bro. You getting money from this, you getting paid for this, so you bear some responsibility, if not all of it. You understand? But
my opinion, he bear all of it. Like you said, it's your event. I understand that you did hire people to help facilitate the event, but overall it's your fault because you have full control over the whole event. Like, so if you want to say this is it and walk off the stage and cancel the whole event, you could have. But did he stop anything? No, he didn't. But that shows, did y'all ever see the video of him in a concert? I don't even know Travis Scott. Like, I don't even listen to him, but there's a video out where he stopped one of his concerts for his shoe. So if you can stop a concert to receive your shoe back,
right.
How can you stop a show for somebody literally dying? Like, that doesn't make sense to me at all.
Yeah. Like it's really a whole lot. And like the thing is, like, it's like Shay, like you said, it was like he was literally having an outer body experience. But the thing is, he wasn't the only one. Like majority of the people that was there, like how do you have people passing out? People like I think was it like a 10-year-old boy that was there? Like, how do you have all of this happening and y'all are looking at this and you're still choosing to dance around this? Like, y'all still like listening to ASAP Rocky, Travis Scott, like going back and forth, like doing all of this, and people are passing out. Like, where are y'all? Like, go ahead, Joe.
I'm gonna speak from the people's point of view. I think it's more ignorance than anything. Like, there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about guarding your mind. And it's like, I've talked to a couple of people in this matter, and they're like, well, I don't even really pay attention to that. I just listen to the music for the music. And I'm like, first of all, as far as your spirit goes, you have to be literally trained to separate words from music. That's why musicians and singers and people like that are so special, because they are trained to separate stuff and break it down so they can get the full fundamental of it. If you are not trained to put that stuff in your mind and break it down from a physical standpoint or a spiritual standpoint or even a mental standpoint, you can easily be detained by whatever is in that song. So you have to be mindful of the stuff that you take in, whether it's food, whether it's music, whether it's just words in general, somebody speaking into you, or you feel like they speaking into you, but they speaking against you. Like, you have to be trained to do that, or else you gonna take whatever it is that they trying to give to you. You don't even know.
Yeah, but back to the concert. Like, did y'all see the shirt? Did you see the backdrop? Did you see the promotion? Like,
all of that.
The whole Astro World layout in general. I think they call I think he's called Moloch or something like that. Where Travis Scott, his head and the mouth is open, is like a demonic picture. Yes, it's a portal of people coming in and out of his mouth.
Yeah,
Travis' head was literally the exact same picture, and I was just like, y'all didn't pick up on this. Like,
and this kills me, because people are so delusional. It's like everybody want to make everything so simple-minded when it comes to big tragic events. But when it be the smallest things, we want to blow it up. Like I was just saying about the cancel culture, we take the little small things and blow it up. But when it's somebody's lives, like lives were taken because of this, oh no, it's not his fault. It's just people acting crazy. No, it's just people going around inserting drugs into people. Yeah, I don't even believe that even was happening. Like we said in the beginning, that was the demonic power of sorts that was controlling the minds of the people that were out there, which caused that tragic events to happen. Like, if people understand, my spiritual people understand, when you are controlled by a demon, and if you are being, like, say, exorcism, anything like that, it causes your body to go into convulsion. Like, so it doesn't blow me that people were actually passing out.
Yeah.
Like, and they thinking it's just because of drugs or they just in awe of Travis Scott. No.
Right.
No.
Like, it's true. I was talking to a good friend of mine, Shantae, last night, and I was telling her, I was like, it used to be subliminal, but now this demonic activity is so, like, it's bold now. Like, and celebrities, they're not scared to hide it. Like, they're not scared to hide it. So like you said, Shay, still spiritual people know that when that stuff happens, it causes your body to react, because your body don't know how to, like, what is this? So I'm going to submit to whatever it is that I'm entertaining. It was crazy. But I think the thing that really, it made me sick to my stomach was people were trying to leave, and there was like a wall of people pushing them back towards the gate, like, please stay, stay. And I was like, it's scary, because they literally, y'all go look at the videos on TikTok, Twitter, like all of that. People literally created a human wall preventing people from leaving that concert. And people were like trying to crawl over. You had security guards pushing people back. I was like, and people were saying, well, it was so many people, so it was hard to leave. No, you got to go back and look at the detail. People were holding people hostage, like, stay here. And like, you like that, I don't know.
That's mind control to me. It's nothing but mind control. It was to a point that people don't even understand what they were really doing in that moment of time, just because of the demonic influence that was over that area during that time, and what he unleashed like on the people on them, and they don't even understand how much that is. Like they don't understand. So now that once they're back in their sober mind, they're thinking like, no, it was just a regular little concert. He didn't see what was going on. It was too many people to see. It was too many people over here, so we couldn't even see what was going on over here. No.
Yeah.
And what makes me sick, like what literally makes me sick to my stomach, is that not even, I think maybe a year ago, I was in the living room watching my little brothers play the game, and they let this man Travis Scott do a takeover on Fortnite or whatever the game was. Now, mind you, Fortnite is researched, mostly played by 6 to 13-year-olds. And this man literally has his face, the same image I saw at the concert, his face with people coming out of it, and literally the end of the game, you had to go into the portal to be transformed into some type of other player where you can get to another level. That was the end of the game.
It's strategic.
Yeah,
but if you like kind of just look at his whole kind of like persona and stuff, that's how he really like got on, in a sense. Like, if I'm not a big fan of Travis Scott, but like I'll, what I'm saying, have followed his, career and stuff like that. And that's kind of like just that whole persona, and then like the imagery like he shows, as far as like how y'all talking about how he has like the head and stuff like that with the open mouth and whatever like that. Like that's been his like kind of like persona and MO like all throughout his whole career. Like he even had that like as one of his album covers, you know what I'm saying? So it's been like in our faces, you know what I'm saying? It's just like now I think it's like, okay, some people are starting to see it, and like it's a deeper meaning to it than just just an album cover, or you know what I'm saying, just something to put on some merch, you know what I'm saying?
And that's basically what Tyler was saying. It's just now that they are more open to letting it be known that it's not just singing, it's not just rapping, it's deeper than that, and they are connected to another world that allows them to have the influence that they have on our people.
Yeah.
The influence is so great. So if you're not open and you're not recognizing the influence that they have and what influence they can have on you, you will be one of those victims like at that concert. That's just the beginning. This is just something that's just the start of something. Like, that's what's crazy. That's why we cannot be like simple-minded to it and say, well, he didn't know what was going on. He was just performing. He was just having a good time, and he didn't know what, there was just too much going on for him to see that. We can't say that. We're gonna have to hold him accountable, because this stuff is just the beginning of what's about to come. Simple.
Yeah. And I think we had talked about this a long time ago when we were dealing with spirituality. Is you really like, it's so much deeper, like you said, than just a rapper, a song like artist and stuff like that. Like this stuff has so much deeper meanings, and like even like the whole, like Travis Scott, his was exposed to those that know, but you have a whole bunch of other artists that are doing things that's tampering with demonic activity, and you got all of these fans putting it in their ears, like listening to this stuff, and it's making you suicidal, it's making you depressed, it's making you have convulsions, because you're literally inviting something in, not knowing what you're inviting in. But it's, like I said, it's very bold now, and people who, like I said, I said it before, if you know, then you know. If you don't know, you're gonna keep making excuses for it. But those of you that know, you know.
For those of you that know that this is the money, it's disgusting, and Travis is wrong, continue to stand on what you said and continue to speak it. Because those that want us to be like, y'all just want something to talk about. No, this has to be exposed. So we want to allow that type of demonacy to be able to roam in our homes, or roam in our schools, or roam in our communities where we live. It may happen somewhere else, but if you have the power to speak on it and expose it, please. Because I know I am. If I know it to be wrong, I'm going to speak on it. Simple. That's what we created this podcast for, to speak on the things that we feel like is wrong, or what we feel like needs to be spoken on. Period.
Yeah.
Simple.
Absolutely. Most definitely.
So
It's,
y'all got anything else on it?
I
No.
do got a question for y'all. This is kind of on the subject, kind of not. How do y'all feel about